Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom's Queens podcast, and happy 2026. We have been off for a while. Jodi and I have been in Cancun, quote unquote, with the rest of the Chiefs, right? No, but we're excited to be back with you guys. It's been a minute, and there is a lot to get into. So I guess without further ado, let's just dive on into everything. I'm your host, Lexi.
Hey, y'all, what's up? I'm Jodi. Let me act like I remember how to podcast.
It's been a minute.
Oh, it's been a great break. I can't even hold you. It's been bad. No, it's so good to be back. And there has been so much that has happened over the last several, however the heck long, weeks since the Chiefs have been eliminated. A whole bunch going on right now with the coaching carousel and all of the job openings that are opening, along with some of the roles that have been filled. We are finally to the AFC and the NFC championship games, which, absolutely, we're starting off talking about Josh Allen and his failure and Sean McDermott being fired. We're absolutely getting into that first. And then there's just been some changes with the Chiefs too. Some people coming in, some people going out. So we're going to cover all of that for y'all now. So this past weekend, we had Broncos Bills. Okay. As you guys know, the playoffs have just been interesting in general, right? No Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no
they say no Joe Burrow, but I'm like, it's been no Joe Burrow for like 3 years.
No Joe Burrow for a while. You know what I mean? None of the three top quarterbacks of the AFC in it, right? And when you kind of look at the quarterbacks that are left, you're like, okay, or were left. Well, kind of left. Bo Nix, no Josh Allen. You got Drake May. And that's kind of where we're at. So last week, I'm like kind of over the weekend, I think everybody went into this past weekend with the assumption that, of course, the Bills are going to win this game. Why would the Bills not win this game? There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Josh Allen. There's no Joe Burrow. There's nobody in your way, okay? You should be very successful, Josh Allen, right? Sorry, my computer's doing something now. You should be very successful right now. Like, there's no reason. You, out of all of these people who are left in the AFC, have the most playoff experience. You're the one who has been here multiple times. You know what it's like to go through the storm and to fight through the weather. You should be able to win this divisional round. Not only did the Bills not win, okay, Josh Allen had 4 turnovers, including fumbles, interceptions. They then also had James Cook had a fumble. So technically they had a team total of 5, which is insanity. I don't think anybody planned that. But I think like there's so many headlines that are coming out about this whole entire game that are frustrating, right? One, prayers to Bo Nix, like literally breaking a bone in your ankle 2 plays before the freaking game is over as you're getting ready to head to the AFC championship game. Like, that is brutal. Wishing him a speedy recovery in this offseason, and hopefully he's going to be ready to go at the beginning of next season. Because even though as a Broncos hater who hates the Broncos, he's had a pretty decent season, so you got to kind of give respect where it's due. But let's kind of talk about the Bills. What are your thoughts about them having these fumbles, having these turnovers, terrible coaching, their coaching getting fired, and they're out? They're going into a new stadium next year without Sean McDermott, which is actually kind of mind-blowing because what coach is available right now that you think is better than Sean McDermott? You're on mute.
I didn't even try. Weird. I didn't even click mute. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so I wasn't saying anything this past one. I was gonna say I think Bills fans are hoping they get Clint Kubiak.
Yeah.
Which is, the Seahawks coordinator, for those that don't know, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He is interesting. I was watching one of his press conferences, And he is like, it's like zero personality. So I was like, I don't know how he would be as a head coach. I think he's a fantastic coordinator. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Seahawks are rolling, but I'm like, I don't know. I think they have a power roster, which is also helping his case. I don't know if you put him as head coach, how that's going to go. We all know how that is. Like, it can either be great or it could be really bad. I think you have someone like Ben Johnson that went from the Lions offensive coordinator to the Bears head coach, and he has a personality. Like, he can get these guys fired up.
As he does. Yes.
He has, so a guy like that, I think, is what the Bills probably need, because McDermott didn't have like a crazy personality, but he was good.
The chemistry that he built with the team, like him and Josh Allen were like,
their locker room loved each other. Yeah,
exactly. Like the moment that, and so, okay, here's my controversial take. So Josh Allen goes into the post game after being terrible at football. That's probably just kind of the easiest way to say that. And he's like crying, like bawling, crying. And so I'm like, okay, this is not normal. Like,
no,
even in the 13-second game, he wasn't bawling, crying. You know what I mean? Right. I know that going into this game, they knew, like, you have to win this game. There's no way around it. Nothing in front of you. You have to win this game. So I know that, like, he had that pressure on him. But also, like, do you think that he was bawling, crying because he knew? In my mind, I know that Pat and Andy have a great relationship. And they talk lots of things. So wouldn't you assume that probably Josh knew that, hey, Sean's job, he's on the high seat. Depending on what happens in this game, he may not be here, especially because they're kind of starting new and starting this brand new culture, going into this new stadium that's going to release next year. Like,
he had to feel really responsible because he's the one that turned the ball over so many times.
It's his fault.
I mean, I saw so many people in the media today being like, well, the defense that they can't allow 30 points. I'm like, that's what happens when your quarterback turns the ball over and gives them 4 new chances. And the running back won 5 new chances to score points. Like, the defense can only do so much.
I was reading and I laughed because they were like, oh no, this is about the Texans as well. They were like, your defense has every reason to whoop the offense's ass, because what are y'all out there doing? Like, we keep giving y'all the ball back, we keep giving y'all all these opportunities, and y'all literally are not producing points.
No,
not putting points in. And I don't care what anybody says. That fumble that Josh Allen had right before halftime, to where the Broncos basically were already in field goal range and they could just kick 3 points. Like, literally, that 3 points was the determination of what went into overtime. Like, that fumble was so detrimental. And I'm just kind of like, Josh, what the hell is going on with you? Because you're somebody who has been here, you've done this. I don't want to hear that it's pressure, because if it's pressure, then that means you really ain't that guy.
Right.
Lamar Jackson has played with pressure. Patrick Mahomes has played with pressure. Hell, Trevor Lawrence has played with pressure all season long, and none of them have. Bo Nix, who has really never been in this type of situation before, he had more pressure on him. And you've never seen that type of collapse from Josh Allen.
Could be why. I almost wonder if that's why Bo Nix got it done, because he has the pressure, but not anywhere near what Josh had. Josh had the pressure of, you've been here how many times and you still can't get it done? And then on top of that, he has everyone in the media calling him the best player that's ever played, the best football player in existence right now. He's superhuman. He's according to Colin Cowherd, he's a god amongst gods at football.
What?
Oh, that's what he said. God amongst gods. So,
but what's even funnier is how they were kind of lining it up before the game even started. Like, it was oh my God, he's so hurt. And he's a warrior and he has so many injuries. And He's been beat up all season long. I'm sorry, it's week 20 of football. Everybody on the
everyone's beat up. Yeah.
Beat up. Everybody. And so I was just kind of like, what is this like? What are y'all creating right now with this whole he's this, he's that, whatever.
Plethora of excuses.
Regardless of what happened, Josh Allen just proved that he's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's not that good. They're coaching.
And I think Sean McDermott gets way too much flack for what. I mean, he felt it, and I honestly saw some other players say this, is that he was kind of the scapegoat for it.
Oh, absolutely.
And honestly, I don't understand how their Brandon Beane, their GM, wasn't fired, because he's the one in my mind that should have gone before McDermott with that. I mean, not that their roster, I don't know. Their wide receiver options, I will say, were not great. And Mahomes has won with similar wide receiver options before. People want to say, oh, well, he had Travis Kelce. Okay, well, you had the leading rusher in James Cook. So
literally
same caliber of receivers, I don't know. But yeah, very, very curious to see what happens in this next era for him and Lamar, honestly, because they both are going to have new head coaches. John Harbaugh looks happy as a clam in New York. We can get to that, I guess. But yeah, I just don't think – I think Sean McDermott built a fantastic culture there. And it's going to take a very strong personality to go in there and continue that, or start a new culture with such an already established player that's there, I guess. So in my mind, I'm
putting out a 911.
Are you okay?
Yes. No, you're absolutely right, though. So I also do kind of want to talk about, like, one, where do you think Sean McDermott is going to end up? Because he is the coach that I would want. Huh?
Yeah, we both kind of said it. I think there's a good chance he could go to the Raiders, which
I will be so angry. Oh my God.
Oh.
So I know y'all also watched the game last night, right? Like college football, the playoffs, right? The championship game. Freaking Mendoza is a baller. We already know that he's going to go number 1 in the draft. Can you imagine him going to the Raiders, right? Under Tom Brady, who probably already got his like apartment and penthouse and all of those things already signed and ready to go.
Exactly.
Then they go out and get somebody like a Sean McDermott who knows how to develop a quarterback. Josh Allen's just not good, guys. Somebody who knows how to go out and create a scheme, create an identity for a team. Go get him, right? Sean McDermott, Tom Brady, Mendoza. I hate everything about that being in the West, because that's a really good formula. Like Max Crosby is going to be that man's bodyguard. Can't nobody do nothing to him. Can't nobody say nothing to him. Can't nobody touch him. Can't nobody do him crazy. Max Crosby is going to come out of thin air like a genie, and he's going to be like, do not touch him. That's my quarterback. I will kill you. And so I'm like, I hate every moment of this, because
I know
it's perfect.
And they have the next coming of Travis Kelce and Brock Bowers.
Literally,
they have Ashton Genty. Their wide receiver core is a bit iffy. I don't know what they're going to do there exactly, but they have high draft picks, so I don't know how they are doing in salary cap right now, to be honest with you. But I know they have paid. They're still owing like 3 different head coaches money, on top of having to pay a new head coach. So I don't know how much they're really going to be spending in free agency, but
yeah,
they do have weapons. It's just the wide receiver core is a little bit iffy, but I do think they can probably work some stuff around there. I don't know. And a lot of people are saying like Fernando Mendoza, and congrats, by the way, to the Indiana Hoosiers. That's really exciting for them and their program. That's the first time they've ever won the national championship in football. So congrats to them. Fernando Mendoza, he's such a little nerd. Like, he's so sweet.
I love him.
Right. Like, he just says the right things. He's what you want in your franchise quarterback. He comes off really like, I don't even know how to say it. He's just a little bit dorky, a little bit, like, but
There's nothing
they're
wrong
also
with
like gonna do anything he can to win a football game. So that's what you want. And if he goes to the frickin' Raiders, it's gonna be hard to hate him, but I'm gonna have to because I can't like anything Raiders. It's in my blood. I can't like anything Raiders, but yeah, him and Tom Brady was there last night. Obviously watching every single thing he's doing, making sure that's the pick that they want. But I don't see them going with anyone else. And that's really, he's one of like the only quarterbacks going high in this draft. So I do see that being a thing. And then
we can kind of low-key get into the coaching carousel.
I'm very excited to see what because he's should be and will be a hot commodity as long as he wants to head coach again. Like, and I expect him to want to head coach again, right? Like he will want to do that. Right? So yeah.
Fired in Buffalo was diabolical. That shouldn't happen. So he absolutely deserves a head coaching job. And the thing is, if he doesn't take the Raiders, I would love to see him go to like the Steelers. Like low key, I would like him to see him go to the Steelers. I don't know what the chemistry would be like with the Ravens.
That seems weird to me. I don't know why that seems weird, but I don't.
But I love him with the Steelers. I do like that a lot.
I do like that. Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of where my head is at. But let's go ahead and kind of get into some of these openings. So there have been
the most we've had in a while. Yeah.
There have been 4 positions that have been filled, but there was a total of 10 open NFL head coaching positions this season, which is actually kind of insane. Like I don't remember there ever being such a high number of open positions. But if we just kind of rattle through them really quickly, currently open still is the Bills, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, the Cardinals, and the Raiders. That's 6 out of the 10 that are still open. 4 positions that have been filled. The Titans just got filled last night, which is another conversation that we're going to have. But Robert Saleh, the DC out of the Niners, which I knew he wasn't going to be in a coordinator role for long because he's too damn good.
Right.
He accepted the Tennessee Titans role last night, and it looks like they're working on like a 5-year deal. John Harbaugh, which was a huge shock. There were a few coaching positions that opened up this year that were shocking. So I would say the Ravens, I would say the Steelers, and I would say the Bills. Those were the 3, and the Dolphins even. Those were like the 4 shock factors for me that I kind of wasn't expecting to happen.
I actually didn't even fully think the Falcons would move on from Raheem Morris that fast, but
yeah, true.
Maybe that's like a lesser shock, like middle of the line shocking.
Yeah,
but
that didn't like wake me up out of my sleep and go,
No.
So John Harbaugh actually goes to the Giants now, and I actually kind of like this. I like this.
I love it. I love it.
We'll see what happens there if he's able to really go in there and build a culture. I mean, he has 2 guys who are coming off of 2 big injuries. Hopefully, they both should be ready to go too by the time the new season starts. The Falcons hired super fast Kevin Stefanski from the Browns. I don't know. I know why. Because of the coaching tree, friends, family, all the things. Don't laugh at me. He's there with the Falcons. Jeff Hafley ended up with the Dolphins, which that was a little shocking for me as well. So those are the 4 positions that have been filled already. So we talked about the openings, right? We can kind of start tapping into Chiefs. So we all know that. What's your name? Matt Nagy. We all know that Matt Nagy is on his last year of his contract with the Chiefs as an OC. The rumors have been that he has been interviewing with the Titans. Matt Nagy's going to the Tennessee Titans. That's in the rumor. Why? Because the current GM, there used to be the assistant GM here in Kansas City, and the Chiefs and the Titans just got this connection, and they love each other and all the things that are bubbly and fuzzy. Yeah, Robert Saleh got that. Saleh got that job last night. So that makes me think.
Yeah, the second they said they were flying him in person now that he's done, I was like, oh, shoot, it's over. Right. I guess they didn't like whatever happened to Maggie. Now, I kind of think
Because he had 2 interviews with them.
I kind of think, yeah, I thought that was Nagy's best chance of landing a head coaching job. However, now that the Ravens need a head coach, the Bills need a head coach, the Steelers, those are going to be the 3 hottest jobs, right? I would think. I could see Nagy going to the Cardinals potentially. If not, and I think if he doesn't go to the Cardinals, I think maybe he goes as an offensive coordinator somewhere where he's actually the one calling the plays. So like he could potentially go to like a Tennessee or a Miami, somewhere like that, and be calling the plays since they both got defensive head coach roles filled. And so I could see something like that happening where he kind of goes and proves himself again as a actual player.
He has to. But see, that's the thing.
Under Andy Reid, you're just not showing exactly what you can do. So the fact that he's even getting all these head coaching positions or interviews is interesting to me.
And so that kind of brings in the Eric Bienemy conversation. As you guys know, the Chiefs brought him back. Sidebar. But Andy Reid, like you just said, Andy Reid is going to call the plays in Kansas City. Sorry, it is what it is. I don't care what people say. I don't care if fans are new or fans are old. Andy Reid is the play caller in Kansas.
It's just what it is.
You as an OC definitely can give your opinion. You can definitely say if you think we should maybe do something different. We saw that a lot with Eric Bienemy and Patrick Mahomes. They would literally be on the sideline like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Maybe we should do this, and then they would bubble it up to Andy. We've seen that several times. I have not personally seen that a lot with Matt Nagy out of the 3 years that he's been here. Haven't seen it. So I'm just kind of like, what? Respectfully, he's not really developing players. You're not calling plays. You're not being creative with the current plays. You can't challenge Andy Reid when you see something that you don't like. Why do you think you can go take a head coaching position somewhere else? And that's not even to just be shady. But then you have guys out here like Robert Saleh who are changing defenses immediately. Yes, that
and
is
look
some
at the Niners. Like they lost their 2 big stars in Fred Warner and Nick Bosa early on in the season, and still were
just all the other minor injuries that they kind of had throughout the year, too.
Right, all over the roster, but they still managed to like develop those young guys and still make it to the divisional round. Now they failed miserably in the divisional round, but they made it that far with a very beat up roster. So you got to take a little bit from that with Robert Saleh too.
Absolutely. Can you hear me? Okay, great. I'm making adjustments over here. I'm making adjustments over here. But no, absolutely. So when I look at coaches like that, or even like, have you noticed too that a lot of the interviews that are happening right now too are with DCs and not OCs also? I think a lot of teams have realized that from watching this football season, teams have been incredibly successful because of their defenses. The Broncos have a defense that can fly around. The Patriots, their defense, even though it struggled in the beginning, they have been looking a lot better.
Flying now.
They're going on this run, right? Niners, they were hot all season. Seattle, that defense is insane.
Oh my God.
Their defense has been ramping up.
Unbelievable. Texans defense got them as far as they did. I mean,
literally, like the thing is like we always knew the Texans defense was good, right? But like the back half of the year, it's like they kicked it into another gear.
It was wild.
Insane. So if you notice, some of these head coaching positions, not that are having interviews, are also the DC. And when you kind of look at Kansas City from last year, and I mean, Spags was supposed to be doing an interview or two, right? He was supposed to do an interview.
I think he interviewed with the Titans, but obviously they went a different direction.
Too, but yeah, no, he's still under contract. Like,
you know, the thing with Spags is I think what like owners are seeing now is that they want the young minds. They want the younger minds brought in. Like that's what it is. And I don't know that Spags is going to get another opportunity as a head coach in the future, which fine by me, which sorry. Yeah, but yeah, you can stay here.
Yeah, I love every single second of that. Yeah. So blessed. Stay here for the remainder of your one. I think he has one more year on his contract next year. So blessed. Amen. Stay here. So the long story short, the coaching carousel is very interesting. I think something else that it teaches us is every coach is on the hot seat. Don't be comfortable. I think this year taught us, do not be comfortable. Because
I think the only way
to change.
Yeah. The NFL it's a business of winning. And if you're not winning, and that's what we just saw with Sean McDermott. He's a winning coach. And same with Mike Tomlin. They're both winning coaches, but they're only getting so far in the playoffs every time.
Absolutely. And Mike Tomlin should have been out of there. Like, I will say, I do love that the Steelers do this thing with like loyalty and consistency in their coaching staff. I love that. They've only had 3 coaches in the last 60 years. So that's fire. But like, to get to the point to where you're like, all right, like we're
not winning.
Like
we're winning. And that's the thing, is they're winning just enough to where they always have a mid draft pick.
Absolutely.
They're not ever getting a high draft pick. And it's just, so I've even seen Steeler fans be like, you know what, if we win 3 games next season, it's okay because we'll actually get a decent draft spot.
Absolutely. And I'll say this too. I think the Steelers letting go of Mike Tomlin is kind of what started pushing some of these other coaches to be like, all right. I think that's kind of what helped, like with the Ravens, even though if you pay attention to Ravens, they were having issues all season long. It's just they weren't really a great football team, so nobody cared. McDermott, the Dolphins, you know what I mean? So I think I think the Steelers kind of like set the fire on that, and then everybody was like, yeah, hell yeah, you know what? You're right. Absolutely. And I also kind of think it's funny too that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 10 openings are all AFC, and not NFC necessarily too. So that's something else to kind of pay attention to. So let's talk a little Chiefs. We got a lot of things happening, child.
A lot of stuff happening with the Chiefs. A lot of stuff
here in Chiefs Kingdom. Let's first start with. All right, guys. So I think you guys know that Patrick Mahomes had an ACL injury. We didn't talk about that on this podcast.
Word's been spread. Yeah, we haven't addressed that.
Okay. So we're just going to fast forward to last week where Patrick Mahomes finally came out to the media and was like, hey, I'm doing well over here. He looked a little pale, though. We need to get him out in the sun.
He's been inside rehabbing every single day.
He's been inside rehabbing. No sun, no vitamin D, no electrolyte. My poor quarterback. Jesus Christ. But Patrick Mahomes came out to the public and showed his face. And I think it was a great welcome back. But not only do I think it was a great welcome back, I think he said what he said. And if you know what I mean by that, he kind of made it extremely clear that this year coming up, there are a few things that we have to work on. We have to be disciplined. We have to be accountable, and we have to make sure that we are creative in ways to where we're not predictable and that we are just really creating and setting a whole new tone going into this next 26-27 football season.
And he mentioned accountability and discipline like 3 times.
He said accountability 3 times specifically. Not
so
to
include tells you anything about this past season.
Yes, right. Which Patrick's not wrong at all, right? Before we kind of even no, the Chiefs brought back Eric Bienemy as the offensive coordinator. And the reason why I laughed is because the Bears had just played in a dynamic game hours before.
Hours.
Literally. The night before. Like the game ended at like almost 8 p.m. So in my mind, I'm like, so you think Andy's texting him like on a sideline? Or like as soon as the game ended? Or they already knew as soon as the game ended, we got the PJ ready for you.
I think Eric Bienemy probably knew a few weeks prior, if I had to guess.
I mean, according to reports, right?
If I were a betting woman, yeah.
They said that they've been talking for months, according to reports. So, yeah, right. Eric Bienemy is back in Kansas City, and it's great because it is stirring up all kind of feelings.
Oh, wait, the Chiefs, 2 more departures.
Since an hour?
Mark DeLeon, assistant running back coach, and then Kevin Saxton, offensive assistant.
Okay, so before we talk about Eric Bienemy, let's talk about the change that is.
Sorry, I was like breaking news, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So let's talk about the change that is happening, right? We knew that Andy Reid needed change. If you know the Chiefs organization, they're not firing Andy Reid. They're not firing Specs. Okay. The biggest change that you're going to see is going to be within your coordinators that are happening. Correct. So Jay Wesley, shout out to you, just said, yeah, I think Pat and Kelsey and et cetera had more to do with the coaching this year than past years. 1,000%. 1,000%. That's another conversation.
I mean, you saw them both getting after penalty, what was it? I don't remember what game it was, but there was another game where Jawan Taylor had another 3 penalties, and Travis had to get up in his face. Like, what are we doing? Come on.
What are we doing? So you said that they just separated with the running back assistant, and who? What was the other one?
The running back assistant coach and offensive assistant. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So while you're looking at that, let's kind of talk about the coaches that are already gone, right? Connor Embry, wide receivers coach, terrible, gone. Todd Pinkston, running back coach, terrible, gone. Mark DeLone, assistant running back coach, whole crew, all of y'all out of there.
So I guess that was just confirmed tonight, the Mark DeLeon one, just now. Yeah. But yeah,
out of there, not great. And then the defensive quality coordinator coach, Louis, out of there. And then the assistant defensive line coach, Alex Whittingham, out of there. So there's been about a total of 6.
And then just now, Kevin Saxton as well, offensive assistant, out.
So that's 6 coaches within the staff that are gone. And that
y'all want to say that Andy Reid is not making changes. He is making changes.
That is not even including Matt Nagy yet. Matt Nagy is technically not gone. Yes, we understand that he is still under contract. We know how the Chiefs are, right? They're a very respectable organization. They're not going to fire Matt Nagy, okay? We just know that this is the last year of your contract, and we're not renewing it.
Right. And they're not disrespecting him by saying, I think they're waiting for him
to get a job.
Yeah. And then they'll get a job. Eric Bienemy confirmation, all that stuff.
Because he has not signed a contract yet.
Yeah.
Eric Bienemy technically cannot sign a contract yet because the Chiefs have an offensive coordinator as of right now. So, as you guys also know, you might not know, the new league year starts in the middle of March. What was the date? March 12th, 18th?
March 11th, I think.
11th. So, the new NFL league year starts March 11th, which means anybody who is getting ready to be in an expiring contract, that is like the official date that contract ends also. So, that is like a month out too, just as an FYI. So here's where the conversation begins, and we probably can't really coordinate this like we want to. It's just going to have to be a blabber. People are very upset with Andy Reid because he did not interview other offensive coordinators.
Well, there's no confirmation of that. It's assumption, which I understand the assumption. There's not legitimate confirmation that he didn't interview anyone else. However, I think we all know it was Eric Bienemy or bust. But
well, they also said that they've been talking to Eric Bienemy for months. So to assume that Patrick or Travis or anybody hasn't just been out there like, hey, what y'all doing?
More breaking news. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I'm mad.
Oh shit.
Kelsey. No, you're not gonna like this. The Chargers are hiring Mike McDaniel as their new offensive coordinator. Oh, I hate them.
Really?
Oh, I hate them.
Ooh.
Spicy. Oh, I hate them. I hate them.
The Chargers are hiring Mike McDaniel as their OC.
Yep. So Harbaugh and McDaniel, that's interesting. What's their past? I don't.
He didn't want to take a head coaching job?
I guess he was more wanting a OC job. That's a pretty.
That's a great job.
Right?
That's a great OC job.
I know.
Like, that's a good job for Mike McDaniel. And
I know.
The other rumor was that he was interviewing for OC of Titans. So him and Robert Saleh together, that could have been crazy too. But
especially with their Niners connections, but yeah.
The thing with the Chargers are good. They're a good football team. They can't stay healthy. So unless he's helping with like strengthening and conditioning, because they still have a lot of holes. So maybe like that's where I hate that as a Chiefs fan. It's trash.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to great football, man, that's really good for the Chargers. That's really good, especially because, and I feel like that pushes the agenda even more for Sean McDermott to go to the Raiders. It pushes it even more. Like, and so this is why
Joseph thinks the Browns will get him. Why the Browns? I don't see that. I don't maybe Sean McDermott.
I don't think so. No, because Sean McDermott wants to win. And I know that he's not going to win with the Raiders, but he has the number 1 pick with the Raiders, which means he can go get a quarterback. He can draft a quarterback, and Tom Brady is going to lift.
He's not going to win right away, but
no, but he understands
the West is a tough division.
The Chiefs. That's it.
It's a tough division.
Why can you not? So now, Lexi, let's rewind back 24 hours, right? So everybody's pissed with Andy Reid because he did not go out and do any OC interviews, right? Everybody's upset because he did not go out. He did not do any OC interviews. And now they feel like it's going to be the same stale, boring scheme that it's always been, which is not true either. It's crazy to say that it's the same old scheme when that same scheme has got you to the AFC Championship game how many times in the last several years besides this last year?
Right.
And how many times to the Super Bowl? So, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I live by that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can always tweak it. You can always adjust it. You can always add things to it. But if what Andy Reid has been doing for the last 7, 8, 9 years has been working besides this last year.
Right.
I think the one thing that most Chiefs fans were upset about this year was, oh my God, the playbook is so stale. And me and you talked about this for a very long time yesterday. What happens to the playbook? What happens to the playbook when you don't have a running game?
Well, gets disrespected.
It gets disrespected. You can't open your playbook. You don't have as many options. A lot of things close and shut down because you literally cannot add an RPO or a run game to your offense. Right. What happens when your wide receivers are half-ass running their routes and they don't know how to stay in between the lines, or they're dropping the ball, or they're getting dumbass penalties? Like, what happens, right? So when you go back and listen to Patrick Mahomes' interview from last week, and he's talking about being disciplined, holding people accountable, being disciplined, holding people accountable. And then we hire Eric Bienemy, who is the king of all of those things. Literally the king of all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what football would have looked like this season if Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, who also was with EB back in the day, could have better? Imagine Isaiah Pacheco.
I have so much to say.
Imagine Isaiah Pacheco with a full Eric Bienemy. Like what? Like what? Like imagine.
Like, if y'all remember, we had Isaiah Pacheco for Eric Bienemy's last season, and he looked competent that first year. And when he wasn't competent, he was benched.
He was benched.
And then I just want to say, look at Kyle Monangai, the Bears' 7th-round rookie running back this past season. Look how fantastic he was, especially through the second half of the year.
Oh my God, he was so good.
This is not even a knock to Brashard Smith, but look at him versus Brashard Smith and how we failed to develop him. Imagine if we had Eric Bienemy for Brashard, which we will next year, which I'm stoked about. I don't know how no one's talking about that. I don't know how no one's talking about how we have that pairing. But yeah, he will develop these running backs. He worked with Adrian Peterson, who was absolutely phenomenal. He worked with Jamal Charles, developed. I mean, Eric Bienemy is phenomenal, and he will get the best out of guys. And he's going to bring some fresh ideas to the room. Andy Reid will still call the plays at the end of the day, but he's also, I keep seeing people call him a yes man. I'm like, he's not a yes man. He's not even close to that. He's going to put
all the Chiefs fans who didn't get here until I don't even want to say the Patrick Mahomes era, but I need y'all to go back and remember when Kansas City tried to run Eric Bieniemy out of this city because they did not like the way that he was talking to Patrick. Y'all tried to run him out because y'all did not like the way
because he was being so hard,
accountable.
And then we got Nagy, the nice guy, next year, and look, Patrick got away with it for a season, still won the Super Bowl, got away with his bullshit.
Absolutely.
Then everyone got away with bullshit last year.
And the last 2 years have been asinine, ridiculous.
The three-peat run, it was. Listen, we won a lot of games that were really close, and then got our butts
we were
kicked.
The Broncos. We were the Broncos this
literally.
Year. And then Broncos this year. Like, how are you winning all of these games by luck?
And then got to the Super Bowl, got your butts kicked. Then this next season, everyone got exposed. Everyone was lazy. There wasn't accountability. There wasn't responsibility. There wasn't discipline. It was the most undisciplined team I've watched under Andy Reid since maybe his first season here.
Under Patrick Mahomes era.
Under Patrick Mahomes easily. But I was going to say just Andy Reid in general. His first season here was a little Then he got his shit together.
Right.
But under Patrick Mahomes, I've never seen anything like this. And it was just.
Yeah. So that's why I don't want to hear that Andy Reid isn't going to change. For someone, Andy Reid is probably the most stubborn person that we know. Andy Reid likes his guys. He don't want to get rid of his guys. So to say that him going out and getting EB and then making all of these changes with all of these other guys and then bringing in, we haven't even talked. Sorry, my brain just went to sleep. We haven't even talked about Chad O'Shea. So
our new wide receiver coach.
He's not even in Andy Reid's tree.
No.
One.
Now he actually worked for the Chiefs, but that was before Andy Reid ever got here.
Andy Reid. And the thing is most people are like, oh, well, Andy Reid, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't developed anything. Like, it's because you haven't done your research on him. And I get that. A lot of people don't. That's not your job. That's our job. You don't have to go out and do the research. But like, Chad O'Shea has developed some badass receivers. And I don't know if you understand the New England Patriots when it was Gronk and when it was Brady and who those receivers were. Everybody always tries to say that Patrick Mahomes, and the one thing that Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady have in common is they went out there with a whole bunch of random wide receivers and won Super Bowls, literally. So if you can say that, and this is the coach that we're bringing in that literally trained, developed those receivers, Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, hello?
Julian
for years. So it's like when you can look at those type of receivers that he develops and then you bring him in here where let's not forget what the goal was last season. Going into this season, how many times did everybody in the whole entire world tell us, Lexi, that this is the best wide receiver core that Patrick Mahomes has ever had in his whole entire career? And they was out there looking like bums. How are these supposed to be the best wide receivers that he's ever had in his whole entire career? And y'all out here looking like bums. 2 + 2 ain't equaling 4.
We had literally 3 weeks of fun and that was it. And then they all just, I couldn't even tell you.
It's because they were undisciplined.
No
it's
discipline.
Because nobody was holding them accountable. So also,
there's no need to like put yourself through the torture of it, but a Connor Embry press conference left me so uninspired every single time. I'm like, I couldn't even imagine their wide receiver meetings. I couldn't imagine how much those guys disrespected him and paid no attention to him.
Like,
couldn't even fathom. Then you have Nagy, who's just telling you to be scared of the Texans defense and to be, it was
a joke. It was a joke.
Like, how that offensive staff got away with even being, I don't
Here
know.
for this long. And so the other thing is like, people really need to go back also and kind of like remember. Go back and listen to Patrick Mahomes after we won the Super Bowl when he was talking about Eric Bienemy. Go back and listen to Patrick Mahomes when he would talk about Eric Bienemy at training camp. Literally go back and watch the Super Bowl when he asked if we could run Wasp, what that relationship looked like. Go back and listen to.
And that's when Mahomes was young. I mean, he was like, imagine that.
Brother, no wife, no kids, outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't nobody tell me nothing. He was like a young Travis, who also you should go back and listen to, who has talked incredibly highly of Eric Bienemy. I told Lexi before we got on this, I was like, do not be surprised if Travis Kelce comes back for one more year, and it's solely because of Eric Bienemy.
I think we all think that now. I think he 100% will, and I think I said this to you too. He's going to be the one while Patrick can't play in all of the preseason that we do. I think Travis is going to be the one that keeps everyone in line. Who knows who the hell we're getting at backup quarterback, but we'll get into that another day. But until then, I think Travis, Bienemy, now O'Shea, these are the guys going to be keeping the guys in line. I could not, I didn't know a ton about Chad O'Shea before learning about him the other day. It was, but those are the kind of hirings I love because you don't see them coming, and then you look into it and you're like, this makes so much sense.
It makes so much sense.
And I guarantee you, I mean, Andy Reid's still best friends with Bill Belichick, right? They're great friends. So I'm sure he got his approval of being like, because he even did that. Like,
Tom Brady.
Yeah. They're literally like the same people. So I think Andy Reid was probably like, this guy is who I'm thinking, like, and Bill Belichick's like, yeah, absolutely. Like, this is who you need. And then, people want to write him off because he was with the Browns for a few seasons, but it's the Browns. They've been awful. And you can't just that's not their wide receiver coach. Like, it's not, I don't know. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about this hiring. Jason Dunn, one of our past tight ends, who he's been on our show.
We love Dunn. Shout out to Chiefs Concerns podcast. Listen to this.
Yes. Shout out Chiefs Concerns, for sure. But he had some great insight on there because he actually played for the Chiefs when Chad O'Shea was actually coaching for the Chiefs way back early in the early 2000s. So he had nothing but good things to say. He's like, yeah, when that man gets in the building, it's going to be no more funny business, no more of this cute bullshit they've been doing. So between that and Eric Bienemy, like, y'all should be stoked. Like, this is good stuff for us, and this is a fresh mind in the room. I mean, every single past player that's played for Eric Bienemy, Mitchell Schwartz, they've all been coming up saying, like, this is the guy for the job. And you just have random Chiefs fans out there being negative about it. Like, we wanted a new name. We wanted a fresh name. Not like
stab myself in the eye so bad.
Y'all realize we never missed an AFC Championship game with Eric Bienemy.
Ever.
Right? We actually have it.
Ever. Here's my thing too.
And it's not like it was perfect. There were things that went wrong, but
there's literally nobody that's perfect.
No.
If anything,
and it was about as damn near close to perfect as you could get.
Belichick or Andy Reid. So, like, let's have realistic conversation here. Here's the thing. Kind of like I said earlier, Andy Reid is going to call the plays. What OC wants to come to Kansas City and not have rank of calling plays? Especially if they want to be a head coach. If their goal is to be a head coach one day in the future, why would you come to Kansas City where you know you're not going to get that? You're not getting that here. You're going to learn. You'll learn.
Yeah.
But Andy's never going to give it to you in a down and down situation. When we are in a 2-minute drill or we need to do a long drive drill, he's not giving you that. He's going to do that. And so that's why I don't understand why people are so upset about this, because if I'm somebody who wants to be in a head coaching role and I can go be an OC somewhere and I can have that responsibility and those rings, Ben Johnson, and then go get a head coaching role, why would I ever come to Kansas City? So what makes you think that they did not reach out to people, and they were like, "Yeah, you can come and interview here." No, you're not going to have that. Do you still want to come and interview? And they were like,
"That's why a guy like Mike McDaniel, I would love to have Mike McDaniel's brain in Kansas City, but that was never going to work because he's not going to get the reins that he's going to get with the Chargers because Harbaugh is a defensive head mind, whatever. So,
I mean, just like
as much as I hate it, like
defensive mind, right? So I want you posted something yesterday that I loved, and I was like, oh, that's right. I totally forgot that happened.
Oh yeah.
Talk about it.
Are you talking about the Ravens, how the Ravens game? Yeah. So Eric Bienemy, if y'all remember, I guess, God, was this 2 years ago? No, 2 years ago? 2 years ago.
Not last year, the year before.
The AFC Championship game where we played the Ravens in Baltimore. Eric Bienemy, I think, was he just let
Washington and they were eliminated?
Yeah. So he had been eliminated already. He's over on that coast. He came in the building the night before. And
literally a drive down the street.
I don't know if y'all remember, but this was a season that the Chiefs struggled all regular season long. We went in like 10-6, 11. That is something bad. 10-7. We had to go on the road. Eric Bienemy came in that night before and gave like the most inspiring speech. Travis Kelce's talked it up. I know all of the people that were in the building have talked it up from that night, like saying that's exactly what the team needed that night before going into that game. There's just a lot of things that I think he's going to bring back to this culture that people forget. And I was saying to you, like, I just can't wait for his press conferences again. Like, man, those got me fired up every single time.
Oh, we should be getting it soon. Well, once he signs his contract.
Probably in a few weeks or something. But
right.
yeah, I'm fired up about it. I don't see it as a negative at all. I think, Patrick said in his press conference, he wants fresh ideas, right? Well, Eric Bienemy is someone that brings discipline and he can bring fresh ideas. He went away. He went to Washington and learned, He
went to Washington. He went to Bears.
People are like, why? Yeah. People are like, why isn't he being requested for OC interviews elsewhere? Well, one, he fits perfectly with Andy Reid. So that's one reason. Fits perfectly with Patrick Mahomes. Why would you not want to go to the best quarterback in the league also versus anywhere else?
Who's asking for you?
Literally requesting you. I wouldn't even take any other.
I think that's the one thing. Okay. I think that's the one thing that people are not realizing. Imagine thinking that Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce literally have no say in this.
Imagine.
What?
And like we said a few minutes ago, I genuinely think this will get Travis Kelce to come back. And I think he will play one more season. I just can't imagine a world. He's one of his biggest fans, honestly. And I can't imagine a world where we bring back Eric Bienemy and Travis is like, nah, I'm going to retire. I don't see it happening now.
I can't wrap my brain around the fact that people think that Patrick Mahomes did not have a say in this.
He 1,000% had a say.
Y'all think EB just came back and Andy was like, I'm going to go get EB. And literally didn't talk to anybody. So here's another thing, right? Yeah, he's the OC. Okay. You think he wasn't getting on the defense too? Who was the first person yesterday who posted?
Stone Cold Chris Jones.
Chris Jones was the first person who posted about how excited he is that Eric Bienemy is back. Patrick hasn't even posted yet, which I know why in my mind.
He will. Yeah, so, Chris Jones already posted, if that tells you anything. That tells you everything you need to know.
That should tell you everything you need to know. Because you think he wouldn't have been with Charles the minute he was like, so Charles. So George.
So entire D-line.
Hey, defensive line, where most of those people are gone now, and I'm back. Eric Bienemy probably would have helped people save their jobs. Now it's a wrap. Trav would have chest bumped Andy in the Super Bowl if he might have. I don't know.
He might have chest bumped them both, honestly.
I guess who knows? Anyway, so I really don't want to talk much more about Eric Bienemy and Chad O'Shea being here, but I don't want to hear that the Chiefs and that Andy Reid are not making changes when they clearly are. So stop saying that they're not.
Help, and we'll get to free agency and draft stuff later on.
Oh, we will get there.
We have a whole off season of shows coming for you guys. So.
Let's go ahead and talk about these championship games that are happening this weekend that we're not in.
We haven't not been in one in 7 years. Like this, I don't. The only thing I can say is that I'm okay being a little stress free, but that's about
I hate it here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean we're not in the AFC Championship game happening on Sunday? What?
It's uncharted territory under Patrick Mahomes, but here we are, y'all.
Here we are.
This is what happened.
I saw something the other day that was hilarious because they said now Patrick Mahomes still making big statements in the NFL with all these coaches getting fired and he not even playing football.
Yo, if no one realized how much the NFL
Harbaugh
revolves around this man.
He just sitting at home, pale, drinking water.
Yeah.
All these coaches have been fired because none of y'all can make it there without him being there. So that's crazy.
That's crazy.
We got an AFC championship game and an NFC championship game happening this weekend. Sunday, we start off with the Patriots versus Broncos. I'm so glad that that's the early game and not the late game. It really sucks that Bo Nix broke his ankle and he's not going to be playing in this game.
What else is, it's hilarious to me that everyone was throwing a pity party for Josh Allen. The NFL had a whole post for how sad we had to feel for Josh Allen, but nothing for Bo Nix, who broke his ankle right after
nothing for Bo Nix.
And y'all have me and Jodi out here defending the Broncos, who we hate, we despise.
Disgusting.
Anyway.
Like,
that means
disrespectful. I genuinely couldn't because
y'all are going to say like we feel bad for Bo. Like nothing.
He finished the game with a broken ankle. And then went around and hugged and high-fived and prayed with everybody. And then they went and did an x-ray.
And Bo Nix is a good dude. He's another one that it's hard to hate him, but I have to because he's a Bronco. I can't like him, but
Sean Payton literally did a press conference, left, and had to come back and break the news that his quarterback was out for the season. What? So but you media people and your Josh Allen look. Reigning MVP couldn't even get to the AFC Championship game. You suck. I don't feel bad for saying that. You're bad at your job. Sorry. Anyway. Go Patriots. Hate to say it.
Yeah, well, now it has to be go Patriots now because I'm not cheering for the Broncos. So
we'll never cheer for the Broncos. And honestly, the Patriots can get another ring.
I don't want it, but it doesn't really do much to me.
I'd rather them get a ring than anybody else in the AFC.
I'd rather them than the Broncos because the Broncos have one less than us right now. If they get another, they're tied for us again.
Yeah, don't love that.
Patriots will already be whatever.
Don't love that. Don't love that. So I have the Patriots winning this game. They better win this game. And
also they should because the Broncos quarterback is out. I think it's a pretty easy pick. I think most people will be picking the Patriots. I think the Broncos are going to put up a good fight. I think Jarrett Stidham is better than people think. I really do.
Yeah.
He's serviceable, but he's.
I'm on my Drake May MVP agenda.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's nasty. But yeah, I'm like, it's sick. Anyway, so the best game of the day is the NFC Championship game, which is going to be Rams versus Seattle. Go Seahawks.
Yes, go Seahawks. I have no beef with the Seahawks. I love their team. I love what they're doing. I don't really have beef with the Rams either, but
I love JSN.
They've looked a little sketchy the last few weeks. I don't know about the Rams right now. I think the Seahawks are going to get it done. They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable.
From top to bottom.
Like,
I love freaking JSN.
Oh, I do hate that Charbonnet is out, though. They lost him for the year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I hate that.
That's crazy.
Hate that.
But I love me some JSN. He deserves it.
Honestly, happy for Darnold and his resurgence. Good for you.
Sure.
Their entire defense is phenomenal.
Yeah, they've been balling, flying around for real. Now, I will say, regardless of who wins that NFC game, hilarious, because if they win the Super Bowl, they will be raising a Lombardi trophy in the Niners Stadium, which is hilarious.
Either one. It's just like us raising it in the Raiders Stadium.
Those are the two things that they hate the most.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
that is hilarious to me. So I have the Super Bowl being Patriots, Seahawks, with the Seahawks winning. We could talk more about that next week. So yeah, but man, there has been a lot happening in the last 72 hours to 5 days. So yeah,
Rams defense has been iffy though too. Jay Wesley says Niners defense was banged up, but I don't know. I just
so freaking banged up.
I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be way closer than the Niners Seahawks was. I think it's gonna be
absolutely
within a score for sure. But I don't know. I just believe in the Seahawks. I think they're gonna get it done. But
yeah, I do too. They're a powerhouse.
Yeah,
top to bottom, like top to freaking bottom. And they're at home, so.
Right. Yes.
Man is going to make a difference out there in Seattle.
That stadium is nuts. I want to go. Oh, I think we play them in Seattle. We play them in Seattle next year. I want to go.
All I know is our third place schedule is really not. So it's not even close to a freaking third.
It's just as hard as it's ever been. So I don't know.
Literally, I'm like, somebody's literally lying. So okay, we'll see. Well, that is all I got for y'all today. If you are not, shout out to y'all for listening. Over 1,000 listeners right now. It's really great because I know we ain't been here. We've been in Cancun, baby. So it's really great to be back. Please, what do I think about CJ Stroud? Wow,
he's a good one to end on.
Josh Allen doing the Spider-Man meme with each other is crazy. Because how y'all both? The Texans had 4 or 5 turnovers? 5?
4, I think.
4?
I think 4.
CJ was bad. We talked about him a little bit earlier today.
We are back.
We back. We talked about CJ earlier today. That was bad. Like, that was one of those. Their defense had all the right to beat their offense's ass because the defense was balling and the freaking offense was bad. CJ was bad. They're gonna have
the thing is like
there because he's not injured.
I will be the first one to hate on Josh Allen forever, and y'all know that, and Jody will too. I will say he got them at least back in the game.
Right.
CJ couldn't even do. It was disastrous.
I don't know. It felt like his game he felt super sped up too, like his clicks weren't right. But then I was like, well, maybe it's the weather. But then I'm like, CJ went to Ohio State, so it can't be the weather. I don't know what was happening there.
He just looked like he didn't trust any of his reads. He looked scared.
The line was kind of bad though. They weren't the best.
They were bad. They need to get him a better offensive line. I think they're going to give him another season to kind of prove it. But I think this is a prove it year.
He's still in his rookie contract. So he's definitely, you know what's funny? That video floating around him saying that he's top 5 quarterback from when he was a rookie. Like, they gotta get that off the internet somehow. But CJ was bad. And I hate it because I love CJ. Oh,
he's a great kid. Love that guy. Yeah.
You cannot waste that freaking defense. That defense is so good. And they literally made it to they're making it where they're supposed to get. But if that offense can't put 20 points up, they're never going to make it anywhere. No. And it's funny because I said somebody's defense is going to have to score, and that's going to be who's the winner of this game.
And the Patriots are the ones that did it.
And yep. And so I don't know.
Drake May is playing with a boatload of confidence, and CJ Stroud is playing like he was scared of the wind. Like.
The Texans may have to go find another OC or something Like they may have to go get another quarterback coach. They're gonna have to make
something. They have some big changes. And
CJ can't be that player.
I know they were missing Nico Collins. I get that, but still, like,
no, I don't think that matters. Like,
I don't think it did either, honestly.
CJ wasn't himself. They really weren't running the ball at the beginning of the game. They finally started running it in the second half of the game. The offensive line was just, again, not good. Like CJ was just I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Go like the stream, y'all. So we've been gone, but we back.
We are back. We are going to be.
You are listening on YouTube.
Doing weekly shows. So yeah.
Yes,
lots of options to talk about.
Please take a second and go like, comment. If you are on Twitter, please make sure you retweet this stream. If you are not following Kingdom Queens, go follow Kingdom Queens. Follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure you are following both me and Lexi at the handles below. And we got a very long off season, y'all. Jesus Christ. We're going to figure out how to get through it.
We're gonna get through it together. We got this.
We're not gonna mock draft y'all to death. We definitely not.
The only exciting thing is that we have a top 9 pick, and that's about the only thing I can be excited about. And
absolutely. I can dream about who we're gonna go with, and then I wonder if they still gonna hold Camp Pat without Camp Pat
in Texas.
Like, I feel like they should still hold Camp Pat and Pat should sit on the sidelines and get.
He said, I think they're going to be doing it like from Kansas City pretty much because he's doing all of his rehab here with Julie. So,
well, yeah. And Bobby's here now, he's here now.
Yeah.
Bobby's in Kansas City now. So I
think they're pretty much doing it from.
I have to say that out loud. So,
Listen, Jodi, a year without our wide receivers in Texas, I think is a great thing. So I'll leave it at
that. Bless America. Yes. Keep them far away from the state of Texas. Please, Lord. Again, shout out to y'all for listening to us. Please make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. And other than that,
your queens have spoken. Love y'all. Bye.